So the next dish I'm going to do is a griddled asparagus with a hollandaise sauce. So I've got lots of lovely asparagus here at the moment. All I want to do is take off the woody ends. Just take off about an inch off the ends of each one, because those bits can be a bit tough and not as enjoyable to eat. Flame bloom in a quiet hush. Okay, so I'm just about to start griddling some of our asparagus and making the hollandaise sauce here at Kutchenhaus in Frome to make everybody a nice starter to eat. So we've already trimmed the asparagus and this is already starting to heat through to the griddle plate. So I'm just going to start placing the bits of asparagus on the griddle so that starts to get a really nice colour. So while our asparagus is starting to cook, I'm going to move over to the hollandaise. So at the moment in this pan, I've just got some lemon juice and some white wine vinegar, and I'm just waiting for that to warm through. Now that that's getting to temperature, I've got 3 egg yolks here. So I've already separated the eggs. The egg yolks are being added into the pan. It's really important to keep moving this mixture about so that the eggs don't start to scramble. The smell coming off is lovely already. I've just added the butter to our egg and white wine vinegar and lemon mixture. So I'm just going to keep whisking that so that it emulsifies to make a beautiful hollandaise sauce. Okay, so our asparagus and hollandaise are now ready. I've already got my asparagus here. Nothing real fancy, still feels rare. Just you, just me, and the stovetop bed. And finishing touch. Slow and smooth, grilling up the good stuff, set the mood, steaming. So the next dish I'm going to do is some Hasselback potatoes, which I'm going to cook in the combi. The benefits of using the microwave oven combi is that it radically reduces your cooking time. I've already prepared some of the potatoes, but I'm just going to show you how I did it. So it's really simple. Just get one of your new potatoes and sit it on a wooden spoon or a plastic spoon like this. Then you use your knife to cut through without cutting through the entire way. So it gives you this fan effect with your potatoes. So once you've done all of your potatoes, you can then choose whatever seasoning you want. So at the moment, I've already put some vegetable oil in here just to coat them, to give them a really nice crispy texture. I'm also going to add some rosemary, but you could add paprika at this point in time. There's like the option's yours. You can choose whatever you want. I've also got a knob of butter. So the butter is going to help give them a really nice crispy outside. So I'm just going to very quickly chop up this butter and put the cubes around the potato. Okay, so we're now going to use the combi to cook these Hasselback potatoes. So as I open the unit, you'll notice that it's got the universal tray in there. Now, it's important that this comes out when you're using the microwave option, because you don't want that to absorb any of the electromagnetic waves, which can slow down the cooking. So, now that that's done, I'm just going to pop my potatoes in. In a really similar way to when you add steam, to add the microwave function, you still choose your oven function first. So I'm going to go to types of heating, and in this case, I'm going to use Circo roasting, because it's going to ignite the grill as well, which is going to give us a really nice crispy finish to those potatoes. As I move across here, you can see we've got microwave function, and I'm going to use 360 watts in addition to 180 degrees on Circo roasting to cook these. They're going to take about 20 minutes. Obviously, depending on the size of your potato, if they're quite small, they'll probably take closer to 15 minutes. If they're really big, they're going to take closer to 25 minutes. It really does depend on the size. We'll go for 20 minutes for now, and they're going to be perfect. Okay, so the next item I'm going to do is some steamed, meat-probed Cajun chicken breasts. So I've got my chicken breasts here. I'm going to take each one and just cover in a small amount of oil, and then add the Cajun seasoning. Give it a little tap to make sure that it's all on and that every angle is covered. And then we move it onto a tray ready to go in the oven. Coming in the back of my mind, good mood, all the small things lying, just that Kutchenhaus groove in the daylight. Apron on, little dance in the soft light. Alright. Okay, so our chicken breasts are ready to go, and I'm going to use the meat probe to make sure that we don't overcook them. So out of these 4 breasts, I'm going to choose the thickest one, and I'm going to pop the multi-point meat probe through the thickest part of the chicken. Now I'm going to move this over to the oven itself. And I'm going to plug this in just here. So now the oven will pick up that I've plugged the meat probe in, and it gives me the ability to choose what I want the internal temperature to be. When it comes to chicken, the perfect number is 75 to make sure that you don't make your friends and family sick. But for some other meats, it's different depending on your preference. You can find a lot of information online about what temperature to choose for your meat. So the great thing about using the meat probe with these ovens is that the oven will start to make a prediction on how long it's going to take to cook. So as you can see at the moment, it's making a prediction of 24 minutes to get to that internal temperature of 75 degrees, so the meat's going to be perfect. So our Hasselback potatoes are ready. They only took 20 minutes in the microwave oven combi, and here's the result.
Clean board, clean line, yeah, it feels right. Just a Kutchenhaus groove in the daylight.
So we're going to use the warming drawer to keep our Hasselback potatoes warm while we're waiting for our chicken to be ready. If you come in here, you can actually see some of the settings and functions here. So we've got a cup warming setting, there's a plate warming setting, this is a keep warm setting and a slow cook setting. But you can also click on the temperature gauge here, and you can choose any temperature between 30 and 80 degrees depending on what it is that you're cooking and how long you want to keep it in there for. So I'm just going to turn the warming drawer on, I'm going to leave it at 60 degrees and just close it again, as easy as that. So the oven's just beeped to let us know that the chicken has reached the temperature that we had chosen. So I'm just going to unplug the meat probe and bring all of our chicken breasts out to cool. So the next thing I'm going to do are some flatbreads to accompany the chicken. So these are just shop bought flatbreads, but I'm going to use steam reheat to bring them back to life. So we select steam, go to steam reheat. This will automatically come up as a 10-minute setting for 120 degrees. I know from experience that these flatbreads are only going to take about 7 or 8 minutes to cook. So I'm just going to quickly adjust the timer to 8 minutes. And press play. That will start to use the water that's already in the cassette from earlier, and it's going to fill the oven full of a gentle steam just to breathe some new life into those flatbreads.
Clean board, clean mind, yeah, it feels right. Just a Kutchenhaus groove in the daylight.
So our steam reheat is now finished and our flatbreads are ready to eat.
Look at what you made. Small wins stack up in the day. Right here, every color on the plate. Slow life served up, no haste. It's a Kutchenhaus groove in the daylight. Dropping on little dance in the soft light. Okay, clean boy, clean mind, yeah, it feels right. Just a Kutchenhaus groove in the daylight.
I'm going to show you is the NEFF XXL fridge freezer. So an awful lot bigger than a regular fridge freezer, giving you lots more space for everything. So it fits in the 750mm cabinet. As you can see, you can fit an awful lot more in here than you would be able to in a normal fridge freezer. It's a lot taller than the usual fridge freezer. This model is 192 centimetres, the width is 750, and it does fit in a carcass for a 750 cabinet. All of the door bins here are removable and can be moved to other positions, so that it gives you more versatility in how you're storing things. You've also got the extra wide freezer at the bottom. This is a no frost model, which means that you don't ever have to worry about defrosting your freezer. For a large family or for days when you're entertaining, it's definitely going to be ample space to keep everything that you need. So next I'm going to make a raspberry Victoria sponge cake using added steam in the oven. I've already put quite a lot of the ingredients in this bowl ready for mixing. So we've got 300 grams of self-raising flour, 300 grams of butter, 300 grams of caster sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 6 eggs already in here. I'm going to add some vanilla bean paste. I'm going to just put a couple of teaspoons full of that to give it a really nice flavour. And now those are all ready to be mixed together.
No cap, I'm built to last. You want one more round? I'm sort of bed first. Don't sleep till sunrise, ride with me. Lights down low, move silently.
Okay, so our cake ingredients are all mixed together now. So I've got a lovely batter in here. So I'm going to transfer it to these 2 tins and then we can bake it in the oven. To use added steam to bake a cake, we have to select our type of heating first. We're going to use CircoTherm. It's a really good all-rounder. It's perfect for cakes. 180 degrees is absolutely fine. As we move further across to the right, you can see a little bit here that says add steam. So we're going to add steam and we're going to go level 2. In most cases, level 2 will be adequate for whatever it is that you're cooking, but a lot of this is a personal preference. So depending on how you like your food cooked, you might want to go for a lower level of steam or a higher level of steam. So now I'm going to add our cakes to the oven. I'm going to press play and I'm going to set the timer for 30 minutes. Okay, so our Victoria sponges are ready. They're looking lovely and really nice and springy. So we're going to just leave these to cool down and then we'll be ready to dress them.
Get me caught up in a flame. No rules, now we just play the game. In the fast lane, shit through the rain.
Okay, so we've got one of our steamed Victoria sponge cakes already here on this tray. Already covered it in some raspberry jam, and I've been whipping some cream, which I'm now going to add to this.
On me like hands on me like
So the next thing I want to talk to you about is microwave meals and steam reheat. So I've brought some bog standard macaroni cheese dishes here. They're about £1.50 each from the supermarket. Now normally everybody would use the microwave to warm these up because everybody's short on time when they're hungry and they just want to get things done quickly. But I'm hopefully going to show you that if you utilise the steam reheat function, you'll get a much nicer result and much more enjoyable food.
Kutchenhaus tests on the table today. Same mac, same cheese, different.
Okay, so we're going to pop one into our oven on steam reheat for 10 minutes, while our other one goes in the microwave for the time stated on the packet, which is 5 minutes. Okay, so I've just taken our microwave dinners out of steam reheat and the microwave. This one here is the one that's come out of the microwave. As you can see, the sauce has started to split. A lot of the pasta is actually quite stuck together. And when I get people to taste test that in a minute, I'm going to put money on that that's quite hard. The other one that's come out of the steam reheat is quite luxurious. The sauce is really lovely and flowing. The pasta isn't sticking together. So the next thing is the proof's going to be in the eating, really. So I'm going to get some of the staff here to try it and let me know what they think.
Someone going to feed me because this could get messy otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's hot.
I think the first one was the steam one.
Ah.
Is it right?
That's right, spot on.
Just get that one. So that's the microwave one. What do you think of the texture?
It's quite, yeah. It's kind of a bit chewy.
But it's what you would expect from a microwave dinner.
Yeah.
Everybody expects that it's not going to be amazing. So now I'd like you to try the steam reheat one. Is there much of a difference?
Definitely feel more smoother, that. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the texture of the pasta?
Yeah, much smoother, much more.
What about the sauce?
Yeah, I think that's the sauce. I think is what I noticed more. The two.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. Winner. Okay, so we're more or less finished now at Kutchenhaus in Frome. If you want any more information from the staff here at Kutchenhaus, please get in touch with them direct. It's Kutchenhaus, Bristol, Bath and Frome. My name's Emma and I'm from BSH, and hopefully you'll try some of the NEFF recipes that I've been cooking today and yesterday at home.